Our 30-year-old cakes that we found in the attic have gone viral on TikTok. Look at this. Fresh from our bakery. Look at his legs. Isn't he cute? Let's look at Anne. Oh my God. Look at her hair. Look at this. Stanley and Linda. Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rachel and I own and operate Turn of the Century Antiques, which is out here in Denver, Colorado. And we love to do all kinds of wonderful doll things and put it on the internet and share and chat with you. So this video is a chatting video. It has been way too long since we have caught up on things, and I am excited to just have a little bit of time where we can chat and talk about all the things that are happening right now. There's so much to catch up on, so many things, and I'm not trying to sound dramatic, but there are a lot of things to catch up on. And the biggest thing that we need to catch up on right now is the fact that our 30-year-old cakes that we found in the attic have gone viral on TikTok. That's right, they went viral on TikTok. If you follow us on social media, we didn't put this on our main YouTube channel as a full-length feature video, but it almost deserved one. But if you follow us on social media, we uploaded a couple reels where we showed, let me get them. Our mother, Paul is recording behind the screen. Our mother did photo shoots for magazines every month for Doll Reader magazine. And she took these. As it's coming back to me, I am starting to actually either remember this or remember her talking about it. But she took foam pieces to King Soopers and asked them to decorate them for her, which a lot of cake places do this. A lot of decoration places do this. It's like a dummy cake. You just frost the top of it and then it lasts for a long time. There's a lot of sugar in this frosting, and so it lasts for a long time. But this is like 30 years old. And when Christopher found these in the attic, he was just like beside himself because he thought they were real cakes all the way and they were just like petrified like a mummy. And we just weren't sure. So I'm going to put the clip real quick where we actually crunched into them. What did you just find in the attic?
I was rummaging looking for relevant decorations for our next video. Well, why don't we just show you? Entire cakes.
And these...
Probably 1990 something, mid-90s based on the packaging.
All right, if you shopped at King Soopers in the 90s, let us know. They actually still smell good.
Oh my, you sniffed them?
That's a real cake, and it says Happy Birthday America. Our mother did was she bought this for a photo shoot with the dolls and probably just kept it.
Decided to keep them for a rainy day.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
The day has come. All right, if you want us to cut into these, then stay for the next reel because we're gonna cut into them. Do you want to bite? Like, how much would you charge?
You would need to pay me so much money, like probably $10,000, and then I would actually consider that.
It's just cake.
Yeah, just.
But look at this. It's 30-year-old and it's fine.
It's yellow.
Well,
I don't think it started yellow.
Some things get better when they age.
Yeah, like milk, Paul.
Yeah, I know.
Milk ages so well. Have fun with
just
this.
Another Monday in the doll shop.
Oh, no kidding.
Okay, so this is the cakes our mom had in the attic. I think this is a good idea because she used them year after year for photo shoots, and it says Happy Birthday Dolls. Paul's laughing. It sounds like something Mom would do for sure. All right, the moment of truth.
I hope it's candle wax. Please let it be candle wax. Oh.
Look. It's foam. They're not real. They're not real.
That icing is real. That's real icing.
It's real icing, but those are made out of foam. That's why they were in the attic.
Oh, terrifying.
No wonder why they lasted.
No one's gonna believe this.
There we go. They're doll props. We knew it. And their little boxes.
The boxes are charming, actually. I wish they weren't stuck with icing, because that is really cute.
So, bye! This one is intact. It's 4th of July one. It says Happy Birthday America. But look at the frosting. I want the focus real good because I want you to see this frosting. This is real frosting. This is not fake or anything like that. You know how they use like clay and stuff like that? No, no, no. This is real frosting from King Soopers, which King Soopers are that's where I shop a lot for groceries. They're alive and well out here in Colorado. I think they are based in Colorado, but let me just show you the box. Look at this. Fresh from our bakery. It's so funny. I'm getting chunks of this on me, but here's the one that we cut open. And as soon as I started to cut into it, it's like it's all coming back to me now. Like it started to come back to me where I remember this as a little child. But here's the foam. How like crazy would it be if one of us tried a bite? Now I'm not going to, I know that's just insane. I'm not going to do that. But could you imagine trying it? There was a Seinfeld episode where Elaine goes and eats this antique chocolate cake in her boss's office that is like some relic, some really important piece of history. And it was some antique cake. And she just like sits there at the desk and eats it. We'll see if we can find some of the footage from that episode. But our afternoon at the doll shop reminded me of that. Sometimes our days here are just like, they are like a Seinfeld episode. It's just a parody of parodies of just things that'll happen. But this is going to remain. This is now an iconic piece of our store, and we don't like to throw that around loosely, but it has gone viral and it has lived here for this long. We got to keep it. So we're going to put it somewhere, this and the other one, and we'll probably just leave it cut because that's a part of the story of when we cut into it, and it's fun. So that I wanted to share with you. But how are you doing? How are you doing? Put in the comments right now how you're doing because I would like to know. Up, down, upside down, good day, bad day. We have them all, but I always love to hear how you're doing and to check in a little bit. Derek and I have stopped drinking as much coffee as we usually drink. Derek has gone cold turkey on coffee. I have gone lukewarm turkey, I guess you could say, because I gave it up completely for like a week, but I didn't like that. I really look forward to my coffee in the morning. Are you a coffee drinker or a tea drinker? But anyway, I wanted to share this. We have been doing this. It is a mushroom tea. If you've ever done this, it's very much an acquired taste, but this is the brand that we have been using. It is caffeine free, but it does give you a natural energy boost without stimulants. And this is what I have been having sometimes in the morning and in the afternoon. Derek has loved all of them. This is the sampler pack. So if you want to give it a shot, if you're trying to give up a little bit of caffeine or you want an alternative to coffee, this is what we've been doing lately. And this is what I'm drinking right now for our chat. So if you're not drinking anything, or you are, or if you're eating something, or if you're mending something and you just have me on in the background talking to you, I'd like to know what you're doing, what you're drinking, what you're eating, or if you found any new products lately. Do you remember back in the day in the 20s, it feels like a long time ago, but during 2020, I used to come on every Thursday and I would share the different products and the different things I would do. And that was really fun. I would do them in my living room. I get here now, sometimes like today, I got here at 8 o'clock this morning, which doesn't seem early, but for me it is because we actually open at 9:30. That's when the guys get here and we start. So for me, I did my hair, I did my makeup, I get emails done. It's so nice to just get centered and get some stuff done before the official start of the day. Mushroomy, you know. Speaking of mushrooms, if you follow me on Facebook, there is an incredible Hungarian mushroom soup recipe that I shared recently that is absolutely insanely delicious. I will put a link to that recipe. It had 2,200 positive reviews. It was sent to me by Kathy Turner, who is a historian on a lot of things, but of antique china heads is one of her specialties. And she gave me this recipe and it was amazing. It was so good and so easy. That's really important for me, is for it to be easy. But moving on, that's the things that have been happening lately in the food and drink realm. But I wanted to open a pair of Raggedy Ann and Andy's that I got recently that I have not actually opened. Now, I don't typically purchase anything other than Boland for the most part, or a really, really special handmade doll, early handmade doll. I get them sent to me a lot, and thank you so much. The ones that I'm really in the market for are the really big oversized ones. I will never stop buying those. Please send me all of those. If you think you have one, or you know a friend of a friend, I'll pay a finder's fee to get them. I really do want them. But somebody sent me these. Somebody that has watched my videos. She packed them really well. She had bought them at an estate sale, and she wanted to find a good home for them. And they were handmade Raggedy's. So I don't even remember them that much, honestly. They've been sitting here for a couple weeks, but I thought they were really cute, so I bought them. So let's look at them. And they're very early. I remember that about them. They almost look like Voland, even though they're not, but they're definitely from the 1920s, if not even a little bit earlier than that. Let's see. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you guys. Look at Andy. Look at his legs. He is cute. Oh, they're way cuter in person. Almost everything is like that. Even our modern dolls, our wonderful Tonner dolls, they are so much more beautiful in person half the time, even though we take gorgeous photos and edit them and do beautiful editing and have lighting and all the things. Sometimes things are just cuter in person. But look at his misshapen little body. I love him. He's like a big flat pancake. I love him. And look at his shoe button eyes and his stains. He's absolutely from the 1920s. He's probably from 1925. He's 100 years old. I'm going to show you his face real quick. Isn't he cute? He's cute. Somebody really loved this little guy. Somebody really either loved a child who didn't buy the Volands. This is another reason why I just absolutely love Raggedy Ann and Andy, is because they were so accessible to people. If you could not afford to buy them, you could still get one because you could make them. Let's look at Ann. Oh my God, look at her hair. Look at this. So the hair is definitely not as old as the doll. The hair is, I don't know how old the hair is. The hair should be more like a dark brown color, but they're so cute. They're so cute. It would be wonderful. We should probably undress them. And is that a bug? Oh my gosh, that's like a, look at that. What kind of bug do you think that is, Paul? It's like a, don't freak out, everybody. This is very typical. Sometimes dolls get bugs, but what do you think that is? Like a giant beetle or?
Could be, or a moth.
A moth?
It's not moving, so.
No, it's not moving. It is definitely deceased. His little carcass is just kind of chilling out, hanging out right there on Raggedy Ann. Let's see if we can, there it goes. Is there any more bugs? Just checking. They could be 1930s even, but they're old. When you do circas, it's hard to say for sure. But bugs happen, and they do crawl into things and die. You know. So he took a little ride on her. But these are cute. I just couldn't really pass them up. So that's fun. Little addition to our little display here. We've got so many of them. Now, if you get a doll that has like live bugs on them, there's a lot of ways you can treat it. There's a lot of opinions on what to do about that. But what our mom always did was she stuck them in the freezer. So then the bugs would die, and then she would take them out in like 2 or 3 days. And so I remember dolls and teddy bears. So I remember growing up here, and we'd open up the freezer. Mom would keep like frozen meals and stuff, lean cuisines. My favorite lean cuisine was the Swedish meatballs. That was one of my favorite ones. But we'd open up the freezer, and there'd be like, it would be like full of bears sometimes or something. Like, that's what happens. Sometimes they get bugs, but most of the time when we get them, they're not living anymore. But that was fun. That was fun to open. So let's see what else is on our list. Because sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like, this is what I want to share with you. So I write it down as a note in my phone, so I don't want to miss anything. So let's see what else is happening. Well, I wanted to give you an update because I know a lot of us out there, and us here too, but a lot of you out there, and especially you watching, if you follow our channel and you've been a part of our world for a long time, then you know Stanley and Linda. And it's sometimes because they both retired in June of last year, and sometimes people will comment and be like, oh, I haven't seen Linda in a bit, and I thought I made it pretty clear, but sometimes it's easy to miss things. But Stanley and Linda both retired in June of last year. They retired for very different reasons. Linda was always planning to move to Oklahoma, and she wanted to do that for a long time. They were building a house house out there, and they had been working on it for years. And then after Linda's mother passed away, our wonderful Levon, Linda moved. And that was always the plan. And it moved a lot faster. And the timing was kind of crazy because it was the same time Stanley went. But Stanley had been wanting to also move on for a long time too. So they are both all settling into their new lives and their world and what they want to do now. And we miss them very, very, very much. But Stanley is also a very private person, and he doesn't want me talking about him all the time and posting about it and bringing up, because the transition was very hard. It was very difficult, and it is still difficult. And I know that he probably thinks about everything all the time, and so do I. And so we experience it, and we think about it, and we internalize it a lot. And just because I am not posting something on the internet, and I get very, very personal with you, I do post a lot of my experiences and how I feel. But when it pertains to somebody else, like if I'm talking and posting about Stanley and his life and all that, that's him too. And he's never been on the internet like I am. So I want to give him all the privacy that he deserves. So that's why I don't post about it. But I know that he misses us in this life very much, but he also wanted to move on. So if you're new to my channel or you didn't know that, it's important for you to know. Linda's doing great in Oklahoma. We miss her so much, but I am very excited about the transitions we have been making here and the progress we have been making with what we can do here and our resources here, and working with Christopher to do some doll repairs. And we filmed some recently. So we feel very inspired and excited about that. And we're just doing the best we can instead of just saying, well, we just give up. We're not doing that. We're very talented people here, and we have all the parts and pieces to really do something great. And we're learning a lot of it right along with you. And so it's been quite an adventure, as you probably saw in our cleanup video that was over an hour long. If you haven't seen that video, go to our channel and watch it, because it has doll repair. We took a beautiful portrait jumeau, and Christopher was able to reinforce her gown that is over 100 years old. It's like 140 years old. And we added things, and we cleaned her, and we did so much, and it felt like the old days, and it felt so good. So if you haven't seen that video, please look. We have been working really hard. So every single month after we get out we do the Element subscription in the beginning of the month, then we do the Grace subscription, and then that third week is going to be antique dolls, cleaning, organizing, stuff like that. So it feels good. When Stanley and Linda left, it felt like my entire world was thrown off its axis for a bit, because it was. These were people that were a big part of our team that we worked with every week, and life and everything just felt so different. Certain things, like in the antique department, just came to a major standstill, and the stuff back there was just sitting back there since June of last year, just abandoned basically. So it felt so good to organize it and to get into it and to really make sure that it was, organized and done so that we could use it. So that was the update about Stanley and Linda. That's not anything new about them, but like I said, I do get a lot of questions, and I know that you wonder. So not to repeat myself too much, but they both are not all over the internet like I am. And they wanted some privacy just to settle in and to do their own lives. So do I think about them every day? Yes. Do we miss them every day? Absolutely. Does Hall and Diane miss Stanley? For sure. Does Stanley miss Hall and Diane? Absolutely. It was just a transition that everyone needed to make. So it's been going good. I felt for a while, gosh, and during that time too, if you follow me on social media, this wasn't like a dedicated video on YouTube or anything, but also our photographer, Ernesto, left during that month too, because he had a lot of family obligations and different things, and he had been telling me about this for months, and it was leading up, and he supported us to get us through Tonnerfest, but then he had to make the transition too, and it all happened. So I had 3 people leave at the same time, and it all happened at once. And so now we're on the other side. We are in March. We just did a major cleanup, and we're going to continue our cleanup this week and next until it's done. and ready. We are going to Cleveland for the regional that is happening in May. It's the beginning of May. I'm pretty sure it's May 2nd through 5th in Cleveland, Ohio, which we're going to be doing a program. We're doing a gathering event, which we're really excited about. It's basically a meet and greet where we get to see you and talk fashion and talk virtual doll convention and antique dolls and vintage dolls and just hang out with doll friends. We're going to get some swag made and stuff like that. And Paul's excited to go. We're going to go. And we signed up for programs, and I signed us up for, I don't know what we're going to get into as far as the regional, because you sign up and then they get you. We were a little late to sign up, so we're going to get what we get, but everything on the schedule is going to be great. And we're hoping to just have a wonderful time. While we're there, we are going to be filming content for a virtual doll convention that is going to happen after that event. So our goal is to get 6 really good programs, and I'm very excited to collaborate with people that are going to be showing us things that we don't normally have the opportunity to show because we're not at these events. So we did an incredible job on our last 2 events. We collaborated with some amazing, wonderful people. I am so proud of what we did. And I am also very excited to get back out into the community and hopefully film some wonderful content at this regional. And then after that, we're going to be in Kansas City for the UFDC 75th anniversary convention, which is a Wizard of Oz theme. That's going to be really fun. Now, if you want to come to these, if you're anywhere near Kansas City, Missouri, or Cleveland, Ohio, and you want to come to these, usually I know for sure at UFDC in Kansas City, there is a public day on Friday where you can pay, it's like $10, and you can get into the sales room and you can see all the dolls that are for sale and really enjoy that. And it's definitely worth coming if you're within any driving vicinity to come. But if you want to come to the entire event on all these, I think the Cleveland one is sold out, but I know the Kansas City one later in the year in July is not sold out, and you can register and come to that. Is it expensive? Yes. Is it worth it? Yes. Without a doubt, it is worth it. A lot of times people have to save up and to make the journey and to get on a plane and to do the hotel and do all that. It's a lot. But when you go, I swear it gives you the gasoline in your tank to just continue in your doll journey. And if it is at all within your means and you can go, it is really fun. We had so much fun last year. So we're really looking forward to both events. We're going to be doing gatherings at both events. So that's going to be really exciting. It's the Cleveland one's coming up in a jiffy. So we have a new event calendar on the Virtual Doll Convention website, and we update that all the time. Every week we're always updating that with new graphics or new things we're doing. Sometimes we don't know what we're going to film, and then we'll have a great opportunity to film something, or something will happen and we'll get a video. And so if you want to know what's in the works, what's coming up, all that, make sure to look at our event schedule on the Virtual Doll Convention website, because that will keep you in the loop. Bookmark it, refresh it, and don't lose track of that. So I am excited about that. I say I'm excited about it, but this has been something we should have put on the website a long time ago, and it's also keeping us on track. So we have been able to really stick to a great film schedule, which is about 2 videos a week, which is a lot. It's a lot. So when we do that, it's great for you and it's great for us. So I'm very excited about that. Now let's see what else. Those were the biggies that I actually really wanted to chat with you about. Our subscriptions are, this is so crazy to say, but our current subscriptions, if you are a subscriber, if you're not a subscriber, talk amongst yourselves. But if you are a subscriber, the Elowen subscription ends in May, and then the Grace subscription ends in June. We have not gotten samples back for our next seasons, but the factories are working on that. So cross your fingers for us that the samples are as amazing as the concepts, and we can get them either approved or revised and get those in the works, because we are so excited to start our next wave of subscriptions, which we're going to be increasing our membership and getting all of you on, which we're very excited about. So that is in the works and coming up. And when I say, if we're chatting about like what's going on in my world, let me tell you, it keeps me up at night. It keeps me up during the day. I get up in the morning and it's the first thing, besides like hauling Diane and being a mother and living that life. I feel like I live kind of like 2 lives. Like my doll shop, like getting things done, doing the subscription service, like and then like being a mom and taking Holland to the library on Saturdays and doing all and living that life too. And I love that I have both lives. So when I get up, it's either like Holland and Derek. I didn't forget you, honey. Or as soon as Holland Diane walks to her little classroom at school, it is virtual, it is subscription, it is dolls, it is this thing, that thing, like what we're gonna do. And I love that I feel that way about this. I love that I feel that way because I get to wake up in the morning and do exactly this, which is something I think about all the time. I don't think that we would be in the position we are and doing what we do volume wise and concept wise and our videos and all that if I didn't feel that way about it. So thank you for being a part of that and cheering us along and just being a part of that whole thing, and also buying the products so that we can do these things and pay our editors and do all that. So thank you so much. It's just been really great. So I know that a lot of you crave a lot of the antique and vintage content, and honestly, we are doing so much more of that than even we have in the last few months. And I'm not even trying. It's just our actual life here at the shop. I was looking at our event schedule and we had 7 videos scheduled for the end of February through March, and 5 of them were antique videos. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying. It's just what's happening here. We have unboxings planned. We did our declutter. We have a really rare Katie Cruz doll that's right here. Hopefully you can kind of see him right there. It's a doll 7. He's a little guy we're going to talk about. We're going to give you a tour of our antique doll case later this month. So many good things. Like, we're just doing good and putting good out into the world. And I just hope that when you come to our content and you see our videos and you watch our stuff and you consume our stuff, that you see a world of people that are loving dolls and loving you and just enjoying being a part of this life and this journey and living the lifestyle of doll collectors. That's what we do every day, is we live this lifestyle. And every day it's like, oh my gosh, this is a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but what's not a lot of work that you do right and you do well? Some people talk about like the 4-hour work week or whatever. Like, I wish. There's just no way it's possible, because to do something great, it takes a lot of time and dedication and hours and closed curtains and working behind the scenes and doing all that. So if you're in a season where you're doing that, whether it's paid or not, whether you've gotten to the finish line or you're just starting or you're thinking about starting, keep going. It's all so worth it. It's all so worth it. I spend a lot of time worrying about product, chasing deadlines, hoping it'll all get here, checking incessantly my emails and hoping that the factory responded and all that. And it's been such an adventure, and I'm learning every day. But whether you're a part of our subscription, a part of our doll shop, a part of our world, you just enjoy doll collecting and you're friends with us and we're friends with you, we hope you enjoy our videos. And I really enjoy chatting with you. This was one of my special videos that I was really looking forward to doing this month. So thank you for being here. And I'm going to wrap it up because we got to get back into the swing of things over here because we're planning our next video. So that's very exciting. So from our doll shop to your home or wherever you're watching this from, thank you so much for being part. Thank you for being here with us, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.